Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Factorio with the HardCrafting Mod installed. I am your host Alex and you are watching FCOG Gaming. Now right now, both my iron and my copper belts are completely caught up, which is awesome. Granted, I'm not doing any research and the research is all caught up, so there's really nothing to make. But I did improve my iron line quite a bit off camera. Basically what I did was I replaced this loop with red belts. I also replaced, if I can get up there, the output of these pulverizers with red belts, just to make sure all of them have the ability to uh, drain, for lack of a better word, I guess. And also put some red belts on the mines, just to make sure that everything kept flowing freely. I do have it turned off right now just because the iron's not getting used up, and if I don't turn it off, this belt gets clogged up when it's not being used. And even when it is getting used, I kind of have to keep an eye on it. But it's a lot better than it was before. So, what we're going to do, I'm going to start researching Tier 2 modules, and while that's going on, I'm going to set up um, some more military stuff. And we'll see where we are at the end of the episode. We might do a little bit of biter hunting. So let's go ahead and do speed module 2. Sounds great. Let's let this iron drain out. I'm going to keep it, kind of try and keep a close eye on it before turning that belt back on. And we do have defender capsules made. I did make a rocket launcher. And I haven't used the rocket launcher in ages. I don't remember liking it, necessarily. But I think I'm going to go with rocket launcher and a shotgun as well, but I don't have any wood currently to make that. I suppose I could find some somewhere. Here we go. Hopefully we don't get attacked by biters. And we are to the point now where we have large biters and large spitters. So that's cool. I need one more wood. Let's go ahead and actually make an axe. Oh, what's getting destroyed? Laser turret. That looks pretty involved over there. I think we're okay though. I think the other turret kind of covered it. I have had to kind of beef up my defenses a little bit, but most of that's just consisted of adding other turrets to fill in if one gets destroyed, which isn't that big of a deal. So anyway, I think, did I make that shotgun? I did not. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that pistol and the ammo for it. I'm going to make this shotgun. And then we're going to set up ammo factories, which requires me to set up another couple factories here. What else do we got? Let's go just level 2 across the board. That actually was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. So we might be able to set that up by the end of the episode. And it looks like my iron is actually getting depleted, so let's head down here. Go ahead and turn this back on. Like so. Okay. Yeah, so basically with I also added speed modules. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. But it's pretty much the same exact setup. It's just set up to go a little bit faster. So, we are going to go with piercing shotgun shells, which require 2 copper and 2 steel. So let's go ahead and get those materials requested. I think we only need really 20 and 20 for right now. Hopefully we're not going to be making a ton of them. I do want to keep probably 100 on hand. I don't know how big they stack, but we'll go with 100 for right now. Also, I'm going to use just normal rockets, I think, just because I'm going to use the rockets more for taking out bases rather than taking out biters. So that requires an electric circuit, explosives, and iron plates. So go ahead and get 10 electric circuits, 20 explosives, and 20 iron plates. And I think we're going to go ahead and keep 100 of those around as well. Sounds reasonable. Alright. What else did I do off camera? I did make this fast belt factory, but that's not really all that exciting. I researched a few things, but again, that's not all exciting. I did make it, since my weak point in the blue science was always green inserters, I did make it so that our robot, or our logistics network, was supplying the green circuits to the green inserter factory, just kind of supplementally. This factory is still active, but if it's not keeping up, which it usually isn't keeping up, this kind of fills in for it. And the same thing with red circuits over here. So, like I said, the other factories that I had in place are actually still working. They're just not. They're just being supplemented by the logistics network. Also, copper has kind of been not as good as I thought it was. I mean, it's still working. Still working fairly well, but it was getting clogged up quite a bit because just the way that it was unloading the boxes, it would do, well, kind of like this, but it would have a line about that long full of ore or of gravel. So the way that I decided to fix that was, since I'm getting a ton of gravel, basically the overflow of gravel goes around this loop, gets picked up by this inserter, and put into this box, which I do have to empty every once in a while, but it's not the end of the world. I suppose I could set up a program for like a red circuit or something like that, but yeah, I'm not that ambitious right now. But anyway, that keeps this gravel line full, and then it also keeps this loop free of gravel when something like this happens and there's a whole bunch of gravel. And yeah, so at worst there's a gap like that where no ore is on the belt, but it's better than everything grinding to a halt just because it unloads a ton of gravel or a ton of ore at the same time. So yeah, see that back to back there, if I didn't have this going, which I'll actually turn it off for a moment. What else do I need? I suppose we could do rocket tech, but let's do laser turret tech since those are kind of having a problem keeping up. And that wasn't enough gravel, I guess, but basically it would do this thing where it would just fill up with gravel, and it might actually do it now, but yeah, see, it's just ground to a halt. And if this belt runs out of ore, then it's not pulling any gravel from that belt. So that's kind of why I set that up. And then periodically I have to take the gravel from here and move it over to this box that I set up, and it gets processed that way. So, not the most convenient thing in the world, and like I said, if I was really ambitious, I could set up like a red circuit network or something that says, hey, keep 200 gravel in this box, and then if it goes past that, unload it to this factory. Something like that. And then that way we would have a buffer. But anyway, that's copper. For the most part, it is going pretty well. So that's good. Do I have... I do have the ability to make destroyer capsules. I was thinking I hadn't unlocked that yet, so let's go ahead and set up a factory for that. Why are these... Did I not set those? Let's go 100 for those. And 100... Oops. Dang it. For these... Okay. So the whole reason I was giving you a tour of the base was so that those could fill up. That's kind of disappointing. Anyway, we'll make another one of these factories, and then we'll get destroyer capsules made. So, you are going to be destroyer capsules. You take 4 distractor capsules and speed module. So let's go 40 and 10. That might be a little bit overkill, but whatever. And we'll go ahead and keep 50 of you in production. And that should keep our network pretty busy for a little while, between the two groups of ammo that we're making. Yeah, this stuff's not even keeping up anymore, which usually my iron was at least keeping up. Yeah, it looks like our copper is kind of hurting. Our iron is actually keeping up for the logistics network, which is definitely a good thing. Yeah, see, it does keep up when everything's running at full capacity. Or not keep up, but runs smoothly anyway. It's just a matter of if everything's running at full capacity or not. Excuse me. Alright, so we are getting those going on, which is awesome. Did I research all those? I did. Huh. So, I think our next step might actually be to set up level 2 modules. Which I'm not 100% sure if I want to do really yet, just because the system's going to get overloaded a little bit. How are we on robots here? Oh, we've got plenty of robots. It's just if we have the materials to support this, really. Well, I guess what's the worst that can happen, right? I mean, worst case scenario, things kind of get bogged down for a little bit, and I can always turn some stuff off if I need to. Excuse me. Alright, so here we go. We are going to do speed 2 first off. Ooh, this takes processing units actually. So, I think what we'll do, since processing units are so expensive, I think I'm just going to do 10 across the board on these, because they do take quite a while to make. So keeping the boxes supplied probably isn't going to be that big of a deal. And these actually already have the speed modules in there, so that's cool. So we got speed modules, we need red circuits, and like I said, we're going to just keep 10 of those and 10 of the processing units. And then how many of these am I keeping on hand? 10 of all of those. So let's kind of keep with that trend. Because it's really easy to overload this stuff. Because I've done it in the past. Alright, so once those processing units get up here, we should be pretty good to go. I believe the efficiency and productivity modules are the same recipe, just with their respective modules. Yeah. So we're going to do the same thing, basically. Oops. And we'll go 10 red and 10 processing. That should keep us pretty up to date. So let's go 10 of each of these. Set. And then 10 of these. Set. Alright, this does have the processing modules, which is great. So now, how does our robot situation look? Still pretty good, which is good. Good, good, good. Everything's good. I mean, everything's working pretty hard at this point, but it's not really a bad thing. We are sucking all of the copper off of the input belt, which is less than ideal. How's that affecting our science here? Yeah, it's pretty much grinding our red and green science to a halt. I mean, it's not quite there, at least with the green science, but yeah, we're not making very much. Blue science shouldn't be too bad off, just because, well, I was going to say because of the green requester there, but that's obviously not keeping up. I think what I might do, and this is just going to pull more copper out of that input belt, but I'm going to put down another green circuit factor, just to kind of keep everything going as long as the materials are there. Okay, and it's going to be 100. Were all these 100? Yeah. Huh. I thought I had to manually change those. Oh well. Alright, so that should keep those guys busy for a little while. And see, this iron it's making stuff as fast as it can put it out, which is really good. I mean, it is pushing a lot of iron ore through. Might not look like it because it's keeping up, but it is. And our copper is actually putting a decent amount of copper out. It's just we're using all of it. So I don't know if... What are my accumulators out? Really? Wow. I'm going to have to set up some more solar farms. But yeah, I think a good idea might be to kind of set these up with speed modules. Kind of see where that gets us, because the slow point right now is here. So I think that might help. I don't need those anymore. Probably don't need walls at this point. That can be taken out. And I think I'm going to go out to our new outpost and set up some solar farms. Just have to wait for the train here. And another thing I'm going to do while I'm out there is pick up my tank, because that's where I left it. And pretty soon, I have a feeling I'm going to need more alien artifacts anyway. Oh, I was going to request speed modules. That was the whole point of me clearing that out. Oops, not two. There we go. I don't need speed module 2, I just want to bump this up a little bit. Alright, so we are producing enough during the day. I have a feeling that we're not filling up our accumulators, though, which is kind of a shame. When it starts getting dark, I'll try to remember to keep an eye on that. But yeah, our bottleneck right now is the fact that these aren't putting out sulfur dust fast enough to keep these busy. So, which, looking at it right now, it looks like it's actually just those two having speed modules is actually helping out quite a bit. So that's a good thing. Alright, our train's here just in time. And I don't think I even need to let that unload fully, because those boxes are... they're not going to empty themselves out for quite a bit. So, it's probably a good thing to actually kind of look this over. It looks like a couple mines actually are exhausted there. Most of our incinerators are not really doing anything. What else do I want? I suppose I should probably do some rocket upgrades, since I plan on using those. But I think I'm going to go with robot speed first. Alright, so I think I might keep this at... well, maybe it is full on its way. You can leave it where it's at. That should be okay. Yeah, I should probably actually make sure everything up here is repaired. Go ahead and repair some of this stuff. Let's pull out our solar blueprint, kind of see where we're going to be able to put these. Can put one there. I think I might take one of those incinerators out. And then, where did they decide it would fit? Right there, so this pole needs to come out. And I need one of these. I always forget to grab those. I don't know why. Yeah, that should all hook up already. Kind of looks like it is. I'm going to need to put this into everything else. There we go. And we'll make sure that that's actually on the, yeah, that's on the main network, so that's great. Let's go ahead and put a couple down over here as well. Something like that, and I'm going to need a couple of these accumulators. Not accumulator. You know what I'm talking about, those things. Things with stuff. You know. You know the things. Alright, so how are we doing on solar panels? We had just enough, actually. That's fine. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to put these accumulators and solar things back once I get back to base. I don't think I really need anything else. Where is my tank? Pretty sure I had my tank out here. Or did I have that somewhere else? Let's go ahead and make sure all this stuff's repaired. I must have had that out somewhere else. Was it at the other station? Very well could be. I don't really want to run over there in the dark with fighters running around over here. Because I'm scared. I really need to turn my phone down. Let's go ahead and pick up these mines since they're not really doing anything. Just kind of tidy up the place a little bit. But yeah, this copper mine should keep us pretty well stocked for a while now. So should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and we'll go to that other base really quick. See if my tank's up there. Why are you guys not hooked into anything? Hold on. Did I just discover that I'm dumb? I think it did. And that this stuff's not hooked in either? Awesome. So I had three? I had more than that. I had three iterations of that solar farm that weren't linked into anything. That's pretty cool. And I still don't have a tank. I forget where I put that thing. Really don't want to build another one. Hello, tank. I don't see you. You a tank? You're not a tank. Is it down by my main train station? I'm gonna take that out. Let's go back to the main station here. That really bothers me. I probably should have put it somewhere where I would have remembered where it is. Huh. Oh, there it is. Yay, found a tank. Sweet. Alright. So, let's, now that I know where that's at, actually, let's drive that around. Well, where do I want to take out? Now I'm getting attacked really regularly from the south here. And the north, to be perfectly honest. So I think what I might do is, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to go around to where I made that parking lot out of dirt. Just so that I know where it's at. So I don't have to spend 5 minutes looking for it again. Looks like our iron's actually caught back up, which is great. And then I'm going to take a look at how our materials are getting along. Actually, I have that parked so that it's ready to go, so I don't accidentally run into the base. Alright, so copper's still going at a pretty good rate, it's just all of the copper is getting used, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm going to turn off the input for my iron production, just kind of let that drain out a little bit. So I think I caught it just before everything clogged up. So, I mean, that's good that that's when I caught it, I guess. Oh, what else is going on? Let's check and see how many artifacts I've got. Oh, I've got plenty of artifacts. Really don't need to go hunting. Excuse me. But yeah, copper production is probably one of the next things that I'm going to need to upgrade. Do I have any speed? I don't have any speed modules yet. Which makes sense because they're probably all being used up by the destroyer capsules and all that good stuff. Which is fine. Excuse me. I just would really like to be able to speed these up. And it also doesn't hurt, or doesn't help that this doesn't have a steady stream of copper and gravel. Wonder if there's a way I can, like, tell these guys what exactly to pull out of the boxes and stuff like that. Might be an interesting experiment. But I guess it is producing some. I mean, it is producing a decent amount. It's just all getting used right away. It's all getting sucked up by these guys. Yeah, we're way behind on copper. But yeah, I didn't realize how long this episode was getting, so I'm going to put a cut in here. When I come back, I might go on a hunting run if I have enough weapons. Which I've got some. Got a decent amount, actually. So, yeah, if you liked this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you... Man, 2 big boards. Let's watch our laser turrets work. But yeah, if you like this episode, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And as always, your support means the world for me, and thank you so much for watching. What is getting destroyed? I don't like that. I'm gonna have to deal with this. Okay. Okay, guys. Man, they're taking on a lot of stuff. Oh, that's just my shield. Okay, okay. Man, those big spitters do a lot of damage. So it looks like I'm setting down another laser turret. Let's go right there. But yeah, as always, your support means the world to me, and don't forget to take care of yourselves out there. Thanks for watching.